Good morning, everyone, and a hearty welcome to the day 2 of the second edition of Smart Built Environment Forum organized by CM Today magazine. I am Megha Anthony, the editor of the magazine and your host for today. Now, yesterday we opened the forum and we saw a great response for our property management and PropTech sessions, where we explored the current trends and how data-driven decisions are taking a lot of momentum, and also how property management and facility management go hand in hand. Today, we will be discussing on the facilities management in the first half of the day and community management post-lunch. And we also have a special industry-based roundtable in the afternoon, so do tune in for that as well. The day is sponsored by Bhavani International Group and Luxury Owners Association Management Services. And for those who didn't attend my opening address yesterday, I just wanted to give you a quick recap of our vision behind this forum. Now, this year, as much as we wanted to keep the conference in the physical sense, we saw the kind of impact that it had on the virtual space and decided that this is the path that we want to take. We experienced a great amount of cross-pollination of information, not just between the sectors, but also between the industries across the region and outside the Middle East as well. And now that's the path we're taking. We want a constant exchange of ideas and strong discussions, and I'm sure we will see progress. And we hope that through this forum that you as attendees will be empowered with information that you can use to take head on to all the challenges that you face. I've always believed that through discussion and dialogue, we can achieve a lot more. So do use this platform to learn, network, and share your expertise as well. I would like to quickly mention a big thank you to all our sponsors and supporters who have believed in us and in our vision. And a special mention to our advisory board who have patiently supported us in this process. So without much ado, let's begin. We have some exciting sessions ahead of you. But quick reminders, do use Google Chrome or Safari for best results. Check out the menu bar to explore the meeting opportunities. And I completely encourage you to use the event feed to share your thoughts and discussions so we get a good feedback about what your experience is like. Or just drop in your e-visiting cards as well. And if you want to tag us on social media, don't forget to use hashtag SBEF 2021. So we have the opening address by Mr. Prabhu Ramachandran today. Just a little bit about our keynote speaker. Mr. Prabhu Ramachandran is the founder and the CEO of Facilio Inc., a leading AI-based property operations platform that helps real estate portfolios aggregate building data, optimize performance in real time, and control operations, all from one place. Mr. Prabhu's career spans over 20 years of product, business, and customer experience and focused on enterprise scale software for IoT-based connected services, sustainable building solutions, and telecom network management. So without much ado, I welcome Mr. Prabhu and over to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Megha. Welcome to all the participants. Very good morning. My name is Prabhu Ramachandran. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Facilio. Let me share my screen. Yeah. So we're talking like post-COVID, there is a lot of discussions around how data-driven operations is becoming the mainstream for real estate operations and maintenance. So I will give an overview about how, as an industry, we can completely reimagine the whole operations and maintenance with the help of technology and people to meet the modern needs of operations and maintenance. So these are some data from recent post-COVID report from Deloitte, where there is renewed focus on operations and maintenance as a very strategic pillar for real estate, where it is being looked at a way to boost the asset value and enhance the business continuity and growth. Take any domain, be it hospitals or hotels or office. After COVID, there is a lot more importance on workplace or the whole real estate. How do we open? How do you bring people? How do you make sure the occupants are safe, healthy, and all of that? So that is that is a huge change in last few months. And then there is also a indication that because of these new needs of operations and real estate maintenance, there is also increase in budget for operational expense. Okay? Where there are new services coming in, new needs coming in, customers are looking to bring that, and they are willing to spend more on that. Okay? And there is huge push for digital first. The businesses that are occupying the real estate are all turning digital. So they are also expecting the operations and maintenance team, the real estate service provider, to be bring in more digital services. And so on the other side, while the operational budget is going up, there is also a huge push for the FM teams and operations team to go and reduce their operating costs so that the overall profit is positively impacted. There's another survey where you can see that specifically in APAC, there is a lot of green. So green means these percentage of customers are looking to save like higher amount of operational cost. So, and so you'll see that in case of US, 46% of customers are looking to save anywhere between 10 to 12%. APAC is 41. And also like there are like 3 plus 2 plus 2, like 6, 7% of customers who are looking to save a major part of the operational expense. So that is also an opportunity where how the teams can look at technology to fast track these savings. We also did a poll with our both customers, prospects, partners, and other external agencies. Some of our findings are also like in line with what Deloitte is saying in terms of if you look at this the left side where like the customer's current tech stack, beyond what technology they have, where are they spending more time and money? Is there is a lot of manual still, to so much of manual emails, Excels, phone calls happening, and beyond legacy software that they have, a lot of like 19% of customers are going to invest on other software that will come and bridge the gaps. And 62% says that they are still doing manual plus a mix of both buying new software, doing a lot of things manual. So that is one visibility. On the other side, where what is the limitations customers are seeing? So one is large portion of customers are seeing lack of data. So they didn't have data to make right decisions. And automation is another way where another area where there is huge need. Customers are feeling that the industry is feeling that there is a gap. 30% feels there is so much of scope to go and automate operational workflows that is being done manually and that is not being done by the existing legacy systems. Okay? And what are the key top challenges? Collaborations, as expected. There is so much of different teams, different level of outsourcing. So if customers have to bring in efficiency, collaboration between team with the proper set of data is the topmost priority. And the next one is sustainability, and the third one is how do we go and impact the tenant services in terms of providing better comfort for tenants, health and wellness for tenants, digital experience for tenants. So all of these are indicating broadly two things. One, there is a huge gap in existing the legacy systems that are available. And two, data is key, and automation is a huge gap. So how are customers trying to manage now? These needs have been there for some time. So what has happened is on top of the regular CAFM, CMMS softwares, um, industry is going and like doing some piecemeal stopgap solutions in terms of the ERPs are being leveraged for vendor and contract. They're going and procuring workplace management solution, help desk solutions. On the sustainability utility side, BMS is being used partly, and there are also a lot of energy management tools, water management tools that are being used. So that brings in so much of clutter, so much of silos in terms of like dozens of softwares being used. They are not integrating well. That is a problem. Plus, there is huge manuals. On top of that, there is a huge manual process in terms of Excel, email, phone calls, all of that. And then there is a heavy spend on services to stitch together these, either having internal teams or going to external services partners to bring and do these. So today, this is how cluttered the O&M tech stack is. So much of different vendor solutions, plus Excels, Tableau, all of that. But what does a modern property operation team need is a completely reimagined O&M solution that can help them to reduce these piecemeal software, not 100%, but as much as possible, plus go and integrate with wherever is required, go and do a seamless integration so that the spend on services comes down. Plus also have a automation model to go and automate all these manual processes that will save time and money for customers. Okay. So a simple any workflow that we take in operations and maintenance where a tenant raises a request and then the job gets executed, there are like close to a dozen different things that are happening internally in terms of the request being raised as a ticket and somebody inspects and somebody has to go and check whether that is part of warranty or AMC and then assign the right vendor comes, they get paid, they get invoiced, and finally the job gets executed. So even this simple thing in a regular O&M model flows across so many different software, and then there are so much of manual interventions. So that overall puts like huge like days of time required for the tenant to get things resolved. Whereas what is really required is how can these systems flow through not only FM teams into the finance teams, into third-party vendors, into management board, and then the customers and tenants. So that is the need for the modern O&M teams. Uh, what an ideal tech stack if you're looking for to upgrade your existing tech stack? How can we think about it? So one is it's not easy to go and replace an existing system. They are very sticky. They're serving decently the purpose that they were meant to serve some time back, but now today the things are changing. There are ways to do it. So on top of existing systems, you can look at one automation layer. Like how do you bring in an automation layer in terms of workflow automations to automate uh, FM workflows, compliance automations, accounting integrations, automating reporting, analytics, scheduling, rosterings, all of that, so that this will help you to go and reduce manual interventions. And then on top of that, once this is in place, you have an automation in place, then customers can look at contextual intelligence where how do you bring in tenant in terms of tenant apps, tenant portals, look at communication, feedback, community enablement, sitting on top of that, so that on top of these automations, you're bringing in your tenants, you're bringing in your community, and the third important piece is the leadership themselves. So if you're a real estate company or a FM services providers, more and more leaderships are involved in are getting in day-to-day visibility about their operations and maintenance. The better for both the teams and for the customers, because leadership is now is able to get make informed decisions. Okay, so that is the next step that your customers can look at. And finally, there is a matured ecosystems of IoT vendor solutions, which when if it is layered on top of it, there is automation done, efficiency has been brought in, and then tenants, customers, occupants, leaderships are all part of this. On top of that, if there is a IoT layer where it can go and connect with sensors, bring in data from other systems, weather, and all of that, that can enable to bring in new use cases like how do you get into condition-based maintenance, how do you do the whole alarm to work orders can be done very efficiently, air quality monitoring, comfort monitoring, cost impact analysis. All of these are use cases that can be enabled once the base is set strong, where there is a CMMS in place. On top of that automation layer, on top of this, there is a contextual intelligence layer, then this IoT can come and create faster value. So this is a high level model that we are also seeing that is being applied. As we speak, specifically in last 2 to 3 quarters, we are already seeing where the RFPs that are coming out for even FM services across the globe are expecting the services vendors, how can they bring in efficiency? If it's a 5-year contract, what is the level of new services, workforce efficiency driven by technology that the FM partner can bring in over a period of 5 years is a standard ask that we are already seeing in RFPs being floated, because the path ahead is more agile operations, O&M being very, very strategic. So to meet those needs, the FM leaders can use this as a model to look at your tech stack and go and procure a tech stack. So the broadly the playbook here is operational excellence in terms of how do you adjust your internal working model, team structures, make your operations agile. And then on customer satisfaction, how do you create transparency to tenants, occupants in terms of billing, in terms of comfort, like SLAs and all of that. And then there is huge push for new value-added services like health and wellness-driven value-added services is one area that is we are seeing a lot of value. And in terms of flexible workplaces, how can FM help the office occupants to bring in like more flexibility in terms of workplaces? So these could be bundled into a newer service, new innovative services. Okay. So broadly, these are areas where we see that the market is expecting in terms of beyond a regular technology stack. How can FM teams bring in workflow automation in terms of how much of manual process can be automated? Second is how much of visibilities can be given to leadership, like if facilities management heads, operations head, even CEOs of real estate companies, what kind of visibilities can be provided for them so that they are able to make better decisions. Third is traditionally the FM space is technician, supervisor driven, but how do you engage other stakeholders like sustainability teams, finance teams, third party vendors, audit teams, compliance teams, legal teams? How can they be part of this whole ecosystems? They can be given contextual access, data, contextual intelligence. So that is a key part that is emerging. And fourth one is, of course, deep asset management. This has been going on for quite some time, where there's one area where if you go deeper into better way of managing your assets like elevator and HVAC system, there is huge value. And finally, the whole connected operations by using IoT as a technology. Quickly about us, we are headquartered in US with offices in Dubai, Singapore, Chennai, and Europe. Currently, we are managing more than 60 million square feet across close to 450 plus properties. We have customers in different regions, starting from Australia, Singapore, India, Middle East, Europe, US, Brazil. We started our operations first starting in Dubai, and we have a very strong customer base and presence in Dubai. Recently, we have been working very closely with CM Today team, and last week we launched a document on like how customer supplementary that is part of the CM Today, where we talk about how data can be used as a competitive advantage for facilities management teams and property operations team. I hope you might have already got that email from CM Today. I would ask you to go and check out it. There is we have done a lot of research as part of that and sharing that. So I hope you all get a chance to go and look into it. Yeah. So that ends my keynote. If there is any questions, I'm available. If not, my contact details are available. You can contact me in the platform that is being provided by CM Today for this event.